Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a TBR game. I noticed on BookTube that quite a few people do this kind of like TBR game. They make their own up. And I decided that, you know what? I'm pretty terrible at picking books for myself as well. I'm not someone who feels particularly inclined to read like seasonal books or things like that, like books that are more fall or winter or summer. I don't really care. So I decided to create my own TBR game, which consists of tarot. I have this really nice tarot deck. I actually don't do tarot for divination or anything like that. I got it because I honestly just like cards and messing with them, and they're super artistic. So I decided to make a TBR game with my tarot cards. What I did is every single card has a type of prompt. So some of them are very vague, some of them are pretty specific. It was kind of tricky to figure out how to make this spreadsheet of different prompts. Every single card has its own prompt. Some prompts repeat, especially for the Two of Cups, Two of Swords, Two of this, Queen of that, King of this, whatever. So some repeat, but some are very much their own. And the rules are, I pull 3 cards. The 3 cards will each have their own prompt, and I have to find a book that is a combination of those 3 prompts. I have to get at least 2 of the prompts in the book. The good thing is I'm not doing this prompt based on just the books I own, because I don't own that many books, so I will use my library a lot to fill in any books that I don't have that need the 3 prompts. Then there are, of course, some that are like a free pick. So if I get a free pick card in the spread, then it's just a free pick. I can ignore the other 2 cards. Same with the hubby pick. If my husband ends up picking a book for me, then I can just ignore the prompts. Anyways, rule number 2, I don't even know how many rules that was actually, but rule number 2 is I have to finish all the books that I pick in this TBR. Now, because this is my first time doing this, I'm only going to do 5 spreads. So I will have 5 books officially on my TBR through this tarot game that I'm doing, which gives me room for extra books like audiobooks that I might want to listen to, because I have a lot on hold and sometimes they just pop up. So I like giving myself the freedom to be able to listen to those when they arrive. Also, the freedom to read any books at my library that pop in and I'm like, ooh, I actually really want to read this. So I'm giving myself the freedom to have space for other books, but if I do not finish the 5 books picked in this TBR game, I'm not allowed to buy books next month. So that's going to be hard. Anyways, we're going to get right into it. TBR Tarot. Okay, so now I need to mix my cards, and I will be mixing my cards for every pull, for every draw, I should say. Don't worry, I will skip the screens and everything. You guys won't have to see me mix. This is just the first time, so you kind of get a preview of how I mix my tarot deck. I mostly do this because I don't want to ruin my cards. Let's get back together here. Card number 1 is the Queen of Pentacles. Card number 2, and this one is the one I probably need to censor. This is Justice. Card number 3 is the Ace of Wands. So for the Queen of Pentacles, I need a short book. Okay, that's nice. For the Justice, some kind of dystopia. Oh boy. I might have to go to my library for that. And for the Ace of Wands, women. Something with women. So with all 3 of these, I had to find a book that was short that was a dystopia and that involved women in some way. And so for that, I decided to check my library because I didn't really have anything. I don't personally feel like I have any kind of books that are a dystopia. So I decided to get The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. A lot of you probably already know the show. I've actually never watched the show, but I guess it's all about a near future in New England, and there's this state in the United States that overthrew the United States government. It's highly and heavily patriarchal, and so there's this kind of regression, I guess, back to women being essentially objects for reproduction. So I'm interested to see what this book is about. I'm a little worried about it, but I've heard the show's really good, or at least I have a friend who enjoyed it a lot. So that'll be the book I will get from my library. So interesting first draw. Okay, draw number 2. Our card is the Moon. Next is the Queen of Cups. I think this is 7 of Swords. So for the Moon, I need to find a book that has a heavy topic in it. For the Queen of Cups, another short book. That's right, I think I put like all the queens are short books. And for the 7 of Swords, a high rating book. Okay. That'll be fun. Again, this one was kind of tough because it's very broad. So what I decided to do is I picked up a book that my mom really wants me to read, and she gave it to me. So I will be reading The Glass Castle by Janet Walls. This is actually a nonfiction book. So yeah, I'm surprised I picked this of my own volition. But my mother told me it was a very good book. I've also read some reviews on it. I've seen that it is pretty highly rated. It is pretty short. It's really not that long. I believe it's only... Yeah, it's like... Let's see here. It's like 281 pages? Yeah, it's really short. So, it's short, it's highly rated, and it does deal with heavy topics. The story, I think, is about the author who's talking about how she grew up, how essentially she had a fairly alcoholic father who was always kind of seeking redemption, I guess, and there were times when he would come back to, you know, clear moments, and he would be a real father, and he would teach them amazing things, but then he would regress back, and she ended up kind of surviving, sort of. So it is very much the bad family type of story, but it fits within the parameters. So this is book number 2. Draw number 3. For the first card, we have 2 of Pentacles. Card number 2 is the Tower. And card number 3 is 5 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles means low expectation, so a low expectation book. The Tower means a series book. And 5 of Cups, future. Something, I guess, futuristic. So, for this selection of cards, I decided to pick up a book that maybe isn't super expected, but I will be reading Vengeful for this one. Mainly because I know this might seem as a shock if you know that, like, I really loved Vicious, and I really did. But Vengeful, I really do have low expectations for, because I love the way that Vicious ended, and I already know kind of what's going to happen in Vengeful, and I'm already kind of upset about it, even though I haven't even read it, so for all I know, I probably will really like it, but I do have very low expectations for it. It is a series, continuation of a series, and I think it's futuristic, kind of. I mean, they're talking about powers and things in this book, but yeah, this is book number 3. Draw number 4. First card, Queen of Swords. I'm getting a lot of short book picks, I think. I don't know, I feel like the Queen is all short books. I'll have to check after. We got the King of Swords. We got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. And we have the Five of Cups again. I think I need to redraw this one because the Queen of Swords is a big book. Oh, it's a big book. Okay. And then the King of Swords. Oh, the King of Swords is an old book. So a big, old book. And the Five of Cups. Something futuristic. I think I made a mistake when I was talking about the cards when I laid them out. I said King of Swords and I said, oh, this is an old book. It's actually not. When I looked at my spreadsheet again, in case I didn't mention it, the spreadsheet is in the description if you're curious. But the King of Swords is actually a hubby pick. So roll the clip of my husband picking the book for me.
Like
so,
an area I can search that I can pick from?
Any book on my shelf. You just have to pick a book. Well, okay. Pick a book and I'll tell you if I've already read it. It could be one of the books you bought, or yeah, it can be one of the books that you bought me. You're gonna do it at random too.
Yep.
It's supposed to be the hubby pick card.
Well, I am picking technically.
Alright, okay.
Let's just see if this works, because if it doesn't stick.
Oh, you're throwing? Okay, wait, I gotta show.
If it doesn't stick to anything, it doesn't matter.
Alright. Well, that didn't quite work.
Okay, try again. The cheap card.
Okay, try to aim like
cheap card.
around here.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Nope, didn't stick that time.
Are you trying
Third try's the charm. Let's go. Okay, we're going there somewhere.
Well, you gotta pick one in there.
I know, is there...
I've already read these two, so you gotta pick one of these two. You can read a little bit of
I got
it.
dirty fingers, I didn't want to touch anything.
Oh, that's fine.
Comes with bookmarks? That's nice though.
It was the book that I bought with Sarah.
Oh.
You can pick different ones.
Well,
wow, you're dropping my books now. Are you smelling the book?
Yeah. That one.
Gideon the Knife.
That one.
Alright. The hubby pick. Gideon the Knife. And there you have it. Ryan picked the book. Although he didn't really pick it. He more like threw something at my bookshelf, which I should be offended about, but it's okay. So I got Gideon the Ninth. I'm very excited about reading this one, only because on the only reason I got this, I hadn't heard about it until like I eventually saw it pop up in a booktube video. But I was at the bookstore and I read this little thing at the bottom here where it just said lesbian necromancers explore a haunted gothic palace in space. That's all I know about it, and that's all I want to know about it. I haven't read the back. I don't care. It sounds absurd and super awesome. And I've heard a lot of people say that it was a very interesting book, that they've never read anything like it before, so I'm super excited to be reading it this month. Final draw. Draw number 5. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and 7 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles is something with robots. 8 of Cups is a non-human MC, non-human main character. And 7 of Swords is highest rating, again. Final book we got another repeat card. The sword. 7 of Swords, sorry. And then we got 9 of Pentacles. And we got 8 of Cups. So this one was tricky for me to kind of figure out because I needed robots, a non-human main character, and futuristic. Which, you know, you'd think it makes it really easy. But there aren't a lot of books with non-human main characters and robots and the future. So I ended up picking a book that was literally the only one I could come up with, which is All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I heard a lot about this Murderbot series. I don't really know what it's about. All I know is that it is a series of novellas, so very short, and that the stories are told from the robot's point of view. So non-human main character, robots, future, and that's it. So yeah, I will also be borrowing this one from my library. I already put in the borrow request, so I'm hopeful, but pretty positive that I'll be able to borrow both of these books. So these were the books picked for this month's TBR, my first ever TBR tarot that I had a lot of fun doing, as well as the pictures, of course, are the other books that were picked that I will be borrowing from my library. I also am going to be reading another book with my library book club for this month. We picked Big Lies in a Small Town by... I forgot her name. I think it's something Chamberlain. Diane Chamberlain. Sorry, I'm doing this off the top of my head. So that'll be the book that I will be reading with my book club group. I also did start my Dark Vanessa as an audiobook. Super, super happy about this one so far. And yeah, any other future books, I will probably add them into my reading spreadsheet, which really just helps me remember what the hell I'm reading. So we'll see if I get through all 5 of these books picked in the TBR. I have to, otherwise I'm not allowed to buy books, and I don't want that. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified for future videos, which helps me out a whole lot. If you have anything to say about the book selection for this month, please feel free to put something down in the comments. Did you already read some of these books? Did you like them, not like them? I don't know about you, but I'm kind of noticing this pattern of sci-fi that I'm picking up this month. Gideon the Ninth. Vengeful is pretty sci-fi. Murderbot. The dystopian one. The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of sci-fi vibes for this month, which is not something I read a lot, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. Anyways, that's it for me. I will see you next time.